Welcome back everyone to our gameplay series of Satisfactory. And in today's video we're going to try to get all of this stuff wired up and get some machines in place so we can do some automated smelting and maybe even set up the beginnings of making some of the intermediary products that we're going to need down the road. So this is going to be very interesting because I'm going to need to do that in this area somewhere. I have no idea if we're going to have enough room to do the type of layout that I would like to do or not. So let's get to it and find out. So our storage container, okay, it doesn't have too much in there. And the reason why that's important is because I'm about to remove it. So let's go ahead and there we go. Now we've got a small little container there. That's for all of the stuff that I could not fit any other place in my inventory. But now we're going to come out and we're going to do some foundations. I have gotten some resources together, mainly iron and some concrete. So we're going to try to lay down some foundations and see just sort of how all of this is going to flow. Now I have no illusions that I'm going to get this exactly right. So what I'm going to do... Alright, was that enough? Maybe, maybe not. See, we're encroaching clearance there, but we can take care of that. And the way we take care of that is... well, maybe. Let's try again. There we go. Didn't want to let me select the conveyor belt. So now, we're going to put down some more foundations into this direction. Until we use up basically all of the concrete that we have, working out as far as we're going to need to go. Okay, so we've run out of concrete. Actually, I thought we had enough for that one. Apparently not. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and put these storage containers back, assuming I have what I need for these. And yes, we should have plenty for what we need. Let's go ahead and drop the first one down right there, and then second one, I'm going to space this out just a little bit. It's going to look a little bit weird, but I want to leave plenty of room for us to walk through here, and I'm sure we're going to need to put some power poles and things like that into this. So now we need to get rid of this conveyor belt. And let's see how this is going to work. All right, that works fine. And let's see if we can connect this one up. And sure enough, we can. Okay, we're good, and we got a little bit of room here to work with. So that's good. We'll have to go get some more concrete for some more foundations, of course. But another thing we need to do is we need to put down a few power poles. And I think I want to put the first one right in this area so that we can sort of go across here and line our buildings up in there. We'll see how that goes. That's the plan anyway. Let's connect up our power pole. So now we got a couple of empty spaces left on this power line, and then let's do another power pole. Let's see, do we need one in here? We're going to need a lot of power connections. That's for sure. Let's go ahead and put one down right there. And we got this animal who is trying to go through. Hopefully he doesn't damage anything we got going on over there. And let's see, we got just enough concrete left for one more pole, which we will drop in right over here. And then we can always move these poles down a little bit further as time goes on if we need to. All right, so everything is connected right now. So now let's get some smelters online. So we go production and smelters. All right, now these things are pretty good size. All right, let's try. We're going to try to line up. I'm going to hold down the left control button, which is what gives us these lines and sort of a grid functionality. There we go. And Same thing over here, maybe. I'm trying to roughly line these things up, but I'm under no illusion that I'm going to get all of this exactly right. Nor am I going to spend a lot of time worrying about it. As long as it connects up and we can get power from one to another, then I'm actually pretty good with this. So now, before we connect our power, let's go ahead and configure these. And right now we have two selections of ingots. Of course, we're going to choose the iron ingots for this. And let's go ahead and run some power. All right, so two connections there. I really don't want to use any more of its connections. And we've got two connections here. Let's go ahead. Yikes, I'm definitely going to need some more power poles, that's for sure. Wrong button. Let's go ahead, get that lined up. And for now, let's go ahead and use that final connection there. So we've got all four of our connections used up on that pole, so we'll have to come off of this other pole if we need any additional. Oh, we're out of concrete, so we'll take care of that. Now these guys are simply going to fill up their inventories along the way. I'm actually going to grab some of these while we're up here. And then we'll be back. Actually, do we have enough materials? We might be able to make one constructor right now. We can. Well, except we need some concrete because we are a little bit farther out than I might prefer. Let's see if that'll work. All right, it looks like it will. Nope, of course not. Okay, so let's go get some more concrete. And we'll work our way back down to the bottom. Grab the limestone, and we'll be on our way. This guy, of course, is full, so he has momentarily stopped, but we're going to be taking care of those problems here very shortly. All right, so now we need to come back in, do a little crafting, craft up some more concrete. And let's see, how are we doing on other things? I have crafted up some more biomass, so we'll have that as we need it. I'm sure we'll be needing that sometime fairly shortly. We still got several rods left, as well as plates. We've got some reinforced plates, so I think we're in good shape right now. Once we get things sort of up and running like we want, then I'll come back and we'll put some ramps in and try to make traversing all of this area a little bit easier. All right, so now let's go back down to foundations and let's see how many of these we can drop down. There we go. So there's what should be enough for our next item. Now let's try again. So Constructor, it says that is lined up. We're going to find out. And it looks like the lines did not lie. That is lined up. Let's see if we got what we need for another constructor. We seem to. There we go. We'll drop that one in there. And you can see these are much bigger. So there's not near as much room in between these as what we had previously. Okay, so now we need to configure these. So one is going to do iron plates. The other one will do iron rods. And so now we've got that taken care of. We need to take care of our power situation. This guy is totally maxed out. And this guy is not. Let's see. These factories are already, or smelters are already going. So now I'm going to bring another power pole. We should have enough for what we need here. And I'm going to bring it down right about there. And we're going to fill out with the rest of the concrete we have. And okay, I kind of like that. So now, let's connect up our power poles. First of all, with each other. Okay, power poles are connected to each other on the grid, and we've left plenty of connections for the future, or at least as best I can tell. All right, so now let's use a couple of these connections and power these machines. There we go. These guys are up and running. Now what we need is, this is sort of the end of the line for now. So what I want to do is put up a couple of storage containers, but of course, in order to do that, I would really like to have some more concrete. So let's go and grab that. So ultimately, I would love to have the concrete a lot closer to us so I don't have to run down here every time. That's the plan anyway. And we'll see how quickly I'm able to make that a reality given everything else we want to accomplish. All right, so far so good. Things are going at least mostly according to plan so far. All right, we've got new email. Okay, I wonder what kind of wonderful emails we've got. For that, we're going to press X. And let's see, inbox, power circuit. Oh, we've run out of power. I bet that is a function of simply running out of biomass. And sure enough, that's exactly what it is. And let's turn the power back on. I might have done that too soon. Let's see. Nope, looks like we're okay. Yeah, that's all it was. And then in the future, once we do this next hub upgrade, we'll be able to add more of these biomass burners. And we'll be able to generate more electricity. So now let's take a look and see what we've got. We've made all of our concrete. That gives us 33, which is awesome. We've got plenty of iron left that we can turn into ingots. And actually, what I want to do with that... And let's see, how many times am I going to have to run back and forth until I get things where I want them? That is the real question. All right, let's drop some of this in here. We'll keep 100 on us just in case. But right now, I am very happy with that, and I am ready to put some storage containers out here, which means that we're going to need some foundations. And boy, we're using up this space very quickly. Of course, we can always make... at some point in time, we can make 2-story and 3-story and so on buildings. So we're running out of space on our first floor, but that doesn't mean necessarily that we're out of space altogether. There we go. So now it'll have somewhere to empty out. And you can see that now we've got these iron rods coming out into storage. All right, let's do... All right, I can see nothing from right there. And it says that's lined up. Let's hope it's right. Yeah, that's very close. So yeah, that's definitely doing it. And now our iron plates are coming out, and you can see they're filling up the storage quite nicely. So that's going to take care of any issues we had with having to manually craft all this stuff. So now I'm just going to keep a small amount on us from time to time, just so that we can hopefully craft some things manually as we need to. But now, next item of business is going to be to connect our power up to our copper operation. So we should have plenty of resources. Yes, plenty of concrete, plenty of iron rods, and of course we know where to find them if we need some more. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this power pole right there. And again, we might need to move that as time goes on, but let's go ahead and place down another one, let's say right up here. Okay, and let's get this guy connected to the grid. Okay, so everything should be connected now, at least I think so. We'll find out shortly if I was wrong. All right, maybe I can't go up there. Let's go around. All right, we're going to put one about right there. I have to say that one of the most fun parts of this game so far is that I have no idea what's coming. I have no idea how much room I'm ultimately going to need for any of the areas that we're ultimately going to have. We're not going to be able to put everything in one area in all likelihood, so it is pretty fun to think that here very shortly, look at where I put that power pole. All right, let's get rid of that. And let's try again. But yeah, it is pretty fun to think that not too long from now, we might get into a situation where I realize just how wrong all the placement of this stuff is. Okay, everything's got power. And this guy, let's see. Is he actually working is the question. Yes, he is. He's just gotten started. So he should be filling up his inventory here shortly. And there we go. So now, for now, I think that's the only machine I want to put up here. We're going to do all our smelting down here. So we're going to let that guy get to work while we lay down some more foundations. And foundations. Let's see, how much are we going to need? Yep, we're out of concrete. Again, that's no big problem for us because at least we know where we can go and get it. Still a bit of a hassle right now. Okay, and this guy, actually what I want to do, if we have the materials, we'll go ahead and do a constructor down here. Do we have the materials? Yes, we have just enough. Let's spin this one around. I'm not going to worry about foundations down here right now. All right, let's go ahead and build what we can. And why can you... Oh, we can't afford it. Okay, well, I guess that's a good enough reason. So we need to go make some more resources. So we're going to try to go up sort of this way. A little bit quicker way. Hopefully we got enough fuel in there to last us a little while. Okay, let's make our concrete. Then we'll get busy making some more iron plates and probably a few more. Let's make a few more ingots while we're in here. We don't need too terribly many, but we do need enough to keep some plates. Okay, iron rods. We'll go ahead and do some more of those, and we'll finish up with some more plates. Okay, wire we're doing good. Cable, we might need a little bit more cable. All right, so I think we're good. We have how many concrete? 34. Yes, I am a big fan of that. Okay, so now let's come back down here and see if we can get this stuff hooked up now. All right, connect up to there. Let's configure this to make concrete, so we won't have to do that anymore. And let's see, where are our connections? We still have, oh yeah, we got plenty of connections available there. Let's go ahead and run one more connection off of this one. I always like to leave that one extra whenever I can, just in case we need it for the future. Okay, and final order of business down here for now anyway is a storage container. Long term, I will probably take this up there somewhere, but we'll do that when we do a little bit of refactoring in a little while. But for now, I just want to get the basics up and running. And then part of the joy is actually refactoring this stuff and moving stuff around. So now you can see our concrete is headed in here, and this is going to be a massive amount of concrete for us. An absolutely massive amount, and something I am very happy about. So let's go ahead and grab what it's got in there right now. Also very intrigued about what we can do with that other mineral over there that right now we can't really do anything with. So, oh goodness, let's get up here. There we go. All right, how are we doing on biomass? Ooh, only 12 in there, 11 in there. Well, that is not exactly good. So let's create some more of that. Where is... Let's see, let's do 250 right there. And again, we can always put the leaves directly in there, but there's no reason to do that when you can convert it over to a more efficient fuel source. All right, there we go. More biomass. So we can come back out and we'll go ahead and split that stack. And this will get us up close to 100 in each of these. 85 will do just fine for a little while. So right now, the only thing that we really don't have the possibility of automating is indeed the biomass. So in the future, we'll want to unlock something other than the biomass burner so that we can do this more efficiently. And I've got a feeling that coal is going to come into play. I'm just not sure exactly when it's going to come into play. So now we've got basically what we need. Let's see, what do we have in here? We have some more iron ingots that we can make. We got 25 iron rods, 19 plates, and we've got 42 concrete. So concrete is no longer going to be an issue, other than the fact that we're still going to have to go a little ways to get it. Okay, let's make a few more plates with this, and hopefully that'll be what we need. Do we have any more reinforced iron? No, we do not. In order to make the reinforced iron plates, which we're going to need for one of the factories, we're going to need some screws. There we go. Let's go ahead and craft 3 of those, because I believe that's how many we need. Although it would not shock me at all if I was wrong about that. All right, craft up a few more right here. So that gives us 26 plates, 11 rods. Let's make some more rods now. And let's head back up the hill and see what we can get done. All right, so right now I am positive that there are slowdowns here. You can see this is not a continuous flow. It is pausing at each of these steps. So that's something that we can deal with a little bit later. But for right now, we've got production going, and that is the main thing. So now we need another storage container. And let's turn it around. How are these lined up? Let's try to get it at least reasonably close. All right, that should be pretty good. Maybe a little bit farther back than I would have liked. But now we are going to see if we can't connect this. Let's move it to about right there. And we're going to do this in segments because I am hoping that in the future we will actually be able to... Oh, good gracious, we can't afford it. Let's see. We are out of plates. At least it looks like it. Let's make sure. Is that what we're out of? Yeah, we're going to be out of plates. All right, I guess we're going back down here to make more plates. So if they want more plates, we shall make more plates. And again, yes, I am manually doing this for right now because I'm trying to get a little bit of storage built up. And then as we continue to expand, we won't have to do near as much of this. But for right now, I'm fine doing a little bit of it. And also, we'll want to put another craft bench somewhere up in this area as well. So we won't have to come back down to that main one. All right, there we go. So for right now, we're going to try and get this thing connected. Maybe. There we go. Okay, do it in segments. All right, there we go. So now the copper is going to come into our storage area. Now we need to place down some more of our foundations. We should have enough concrete to do what we need to do. Copper is pretty simple, actually. We don't have as many things that we have to worry about doing with it as we do with the iron. And let's see. There we go. So we connect up our smelter. Okay, let's see what we're going to do about power. Let's see, we've got 2 connections on this one. That should be perfectly fine. We'll go 3 on that one, and then we've still got our poles in the back that are nowhere near being filled. So now we want to go copper ingots here. And okay, we may have overloaded the power system. So that I knew it was going to happen at some point. I was just waiting for it to happen. So we'll see how it all shakes out. But let's see, after this, we will need a constructor. Okay, so we need a constructor, and oh, we're missing some iron plates. So we are nearing the end of our episode today. We have gotten a ton of stuff accomplished. We have used up a good bit of our flat area here to get some of this up and going. But right now, it appears as though I've overpowered the grid. And so it has cut out, the circuit breaker has cut out on us. So I'll work on that a little bit. It might be time to work on those upgrades a little bit more so that we can get additional biomass burners up and running for our power grid. But overall, it looks like everything is running along fairly smoothly. We're using quite a bit of room here, trying to lay out things fairly comfortably. We'll see how well that does in the long term. But that's going to do it for now. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned as we will continue our gameplay series of Satisfactory.